everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Welcome to your daily love, sun sign love connection readings. And December 12th, 2020. Okay, so we have like 3 more days and I will be doing the mid-months. If you missed your beginning of the month of December reading, it should be listed there for you. And the featured sun sign for today is Capricorn. So yeah, we'll finish on, I believe, what is that going to be? Tuesday, we'll finish with Pisces, and I'll come right back to start up again with the sign of Aries as I go around the zodiac wheel for the first sign. The highlighted connection where I'll read 3 additional tarot messages and guidance. Guidance. It will be the sign of, drumroll please, Aquarius. Wow. You know, I love spirit. You know this. If you've seen me and all of you have come back, thank you so much for being here. You mean everything. You have helped my channel immensely. And if you're new, I hope you'll stick here and come back and stick around, I should say. Because what I do is I read for this highlighted today, and that changes throughout the readings. For example, when I start the mid-months, when I come to Capricorn, I will not do the same highlighted because that's the random one. But I will pick an individual card for every single zodiac sign for a message in regards to that featured sign. I hope that made sense. But this way, everybody gets involved, and I like how you can look back and think, interesting, that's stayed pretty much the same as far as the messages, or it's, moving in a more positive way, always wanting it to be positive. Always sending you love and upliftment, and grateful to be doing it, to be honest. This is really, really special and very personal to me. And then I do finish with oracle messages and guidances that come through with my beautiful oracle divinations. So I wanted to check and see, but there's no real need to. I'm going with this as the highlighted. We have Capricorn and Aquarius. So we're going to talk about Capricorn. And Capricorn, you're an earth sign. You are incredibly, you're ruled by Saturn. Okay, so I'll start with that because that says so much about who Capricorns are. In addition to being an earth element, you are incredibly driven, steadfast, focused. Just the energy of a cardinal aspect in you, which is initiating and starting and getting things going and leadership and success and, accomplishing and continuous steadfast motion. Nothing stops you. You're dead set on whatever you put your mind to. You work tirelessly to achieve what it is that you feel is going to bring you great stability and contentment, right? It does definitely have a lot to do with your materialistic world. You equate your successes with what you have. As an earth sign, it makes sense. That's just how you operate. And it makes sense because we all need, obviously, money to survive. And we love the natural things that life can bring in nature. And, I always say I think the majority of earth signs are the ones that have amazing gardens and like to do and go out into the nature aspect of things. They like planting their feet on the ground and staying as firm and steadfast, like I said, as possible. Not really great about changes. They'll do them, but it's a little longer for them to make that choice. There's such accountability with Capricorns, and they're very, very capable in general. They know how to make things work. They tend to want to do it themselves, but if not, they will delegate it to people that they really trust and believe that they can either aspire to help and, lead the way, if you will, or, the people that they know are going to be in their corner. And they don't want to be, they don't want to think that they cannot trust others. If you do let them down, they generally don't let that go. They won't forget that. So you don't get a lot of chances, but when you're, what's the term? There was a song that just came to mind, straighten up and fly right. It's all good, They're a friend for life, and they will be incredibly loyal and helpful. And they will really be helpful as far as money management and the way to amass wealth. And, the idea of time management is huge. Saturn is the taskmaster, which is their ruling planet. that also has great knowledge and wisdom about time and how we utilize time and the meaning and the importance of time. Now, you have had Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, your ruling planet, of course, all together this whole year, just right there near you, Capricorn. I know it's been a rough year for many people, but I'll say it again, as I did in other Capricorn readings this year. With Jupiter in your sign, which happens every 12 years, so it's not many times in a lifetime, it is a much better year. And if it's not happening in this year, there will be opportunities that come out of nowhere. Not that you don't deserve them, because you really work towards that. That's what I said your whole claim to fame is a lot of times, is to accomplish and create and make things happen and to build and amass the wealth. But you will have extra blessings and luck and opportunities that you can utilize now for the next 12 years, right? So it's a gorgeous thing, and I feel like a lot of Capricorns this year have been successful. Like, it's an amazing, interesting perspective for me, because so many people have done better than they have in years this year because of what's occurred. I'll give a couple of examples. I know online exercise, what is it I'm trying to say? I won't put out the name, although I could. Beachbody's one of them. They've been in establishment for 21 years, right? And they were doing fine. They're the kind of, online exercise recordings and things that you can see, so that you don't have to go to the gym, because a lot of people don't want to, right? So it made it really convenient, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes here in between work. You figure it out, you make it happen in your home, right? But that was doing well, like I said. But then we had the shutdown of the, gyms, the physical places you could go. And that was just like, what? So a lot of the people that just live on being able to exercise, because it's incredibly helpful for them to release stress and it's good for their bodies and all the other variables, they then turn to these opportunities to be able to check out this wonderful workout they can get right in their own home. And this is just going to continue to blow up. So this is one of those things where, who knew, right? These businesses have been established, and then this year just made it just blow up. So timing is everything. And that's where Saturn comes in again. You work hard, and you're diligent, and you're regular, and you're consistent, and you're persistent, and you don't give up. And who knows when it'll come in, and your light will shine, and your star will just like blow up. And that's what's going on. And I feel like a lot of Capricorns have had some of these things happen, and I'm so happy for you. And as you know, your season's coming up next week with December 21st appearing, and you being the cardinal sign that initiates our winter solstice in the, northern hemisphere, I guess you would call it. So, yeah, you had some difficulties, no doubt, but I feel like you've been very, very strong, and I don't think you've ever given up, and I think that you will definitely see wonderful things for that. And we got a lot of changes happening, because all of the signs I mentioned, the bigger outer planets, are then going to go into Aquarius, and that's your highlighted connection today. So there's no coincidence to me. I think in general you two actually hit it off very well, because you're both very motivated. The Aquarian is a fixed sign, so they're very determined, and they have their sights set and their opinions on their things. They don't budge a lot of times at that, but it's because they think they're doing amazing things to help people. I mean, it's true. When they come up with this idea of, enlarging, engaging, thought processes, expression with other people, connection, friendly, sociable, growing and expanding in big ways that help major amounts of people. Nothing's really small in an Aquarian mind usually. It's huge to them, and they will generally be the ones to facilitate these ideas. They do have the planet of Uranus, the unexpected and super amazing surprises that come from nowhere, but also the planet that represents and instigates, I guess I'm trying to say, the forward thinking in our lives in regards to technology and medicine, as I say. Well, that's what's happening. We've got this, what's it called when you get a shot? I can't. So, wow, you know, I can't think of the name of it. You know what I'm going with this. It's exactly what's happening in real time in our life. When you have this incredible help from the energies of the planets that produce these things. And that's where we're in line with. And so, yeah, a lot of that's going to continue to come forward. It'll be very, very exciting. It'll be extremely useful and helpful, once again, in a global sense. It's going to break barriers and be kind of rebellious in the way that Uranus tends to be, and how it can, just break barriers in ways that are going to be incredibly helpful. So I'll leave it at that. But I will say that in general, the two of you being right next to each other in the zodiac sign as well, you kind of just get each other anyway. So there's air and there's earth, both very needed in our lives, right? Earth being kind of down here and, you know, like I said, reliable, predictable, kind of structured, right? This is having to do with many times the planet Pluto, which has been in Capricorn, has to do with structures of government and authority, which is, once again, what I said represents the personality of a Capricorn, and leadership. You know, they usually are in charge because they do their job so well, run many businesses at a time, very capable. There's no mountain too high for them. And so, yeah, just the thought of just opening up the mind of a Capricorn is really exhilarating to me, because, you know, yes, they are usually used to a set way, and they're very much historians, and, you know, they don't like to change City Hall, if you will, you know, but that's going to change with them too. And I feel like it's going to just bring a part to themselves that just has been there and thought, I wonder what if my whole, you know, supposed personality and recognition of who it is I'm supposed to be and have been, what if that changes? And why not, right? Every one of us has that capability, regardless of what sign we are. Because I feel deep inside we always want to continue to change and transform, because life would be extremely boring if we didn't. And so I feel a really beautiful common ground between the two of you. It's very harmonious in many ways, as different as you are. And as I said, you are a grounding force for everybody, Capricorn, and especially, of course, this highlighted connection that you have with Aquarius. I don't know what you have in mind or how you're going to work together, in whether it be romantic or friendship or, you know, business-wise, but I feel it's a strong tie. And this year can bring some amazing opportunity and amazing unlimited possibilities, as I like to say. Let me read to you what the messages say. This is just my instinct and what comes through with my intuition and my spirit guides, and what's happening in the world as of now. Ever-changing. But I do want to say, as I'm bringing these out, and then I'll of course explain to you the categories and what they're saying, is we do have that new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius on Monday the 14th, and I'll be here to do readings for that. Actually, that's going to be, it'll be Pisces, so I'll be ending my first part of the month with Pisces on Monday, on the solar eclipse. So that's huge. It's huge, it's optimistic, it's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is just about everything I said with Aquarius. You know, there's this out of the box, let's make things happen. Let's be seeking truth, and let's see how we can help the masses, okay? And let's think about it in a way that's higher and more educated and more definitely heartfelt and positive than it has been in a long time. Let us see if we can see things from a different point of view, and let us work with everybody, not just some people that have it or don't, you know. Let's not do that anymore. Let us get on more of an even playing ground, you know. And that's I mean, what you choose and what you want to make intentions of for this new moon is entirely up to you. But with this beautiful force of Sagittarius and the fire and the ambition that comes with that, I see some amazing, beautiful things happening. And we want it and we need it. And we also need it this year, and more of that will be revealed as we go on in our lives. But I think a lot of us even understand now what it meant and how some of the things were actually, I dare say, better because of it. I mean that. Traffic for one, but that's, you know, that's already changing again. But yeah, to see is less traffic when I would go out. And that'll kind of continue because people will be working from home still for a while. Just the smaller things, you know, that you remember, and then hearing the birds more. You know, watching my plants grow when I wasn't able to that much, and really just appreciate that. Pretty incredible stuff that just has to do with the fundamental things that really matter in life, as far as I'm concerned, and I think a lot of you watching would agree. And also, you know, Capricorn, for sure, being, like I said, very, very in tune and very, I would say, appreciative of nature. So I'm going to read to you what the major category messages are for this highlighted connection of Capricorn and Aquarius. The first is the overall energy, the catalyst leading you to this reading. It is once again December 12th, 2020. And you have the Four of Swords. And it seems so perfect. It is the air element, which is your highlighted connection of Aquarius, and it's all about the mind, and it's overthinking sometimes. It's definitely wanting to express themselves and create, you know, a ripple effect of love and definite unity and fairness, as I always say, justice, truth, unveiling the truth. Once again, I will mention we have, and will have till the 21st, or the 20th, 21st. Scorpio, Venus, the planet of Venus, love, money, happiness, romance, intimacy, magic, beauty, all in the sign of Scorpio. That is so intensely deep and incredibly heartfelt. And that's what's been circulating around for all of us in these last few weeks. And I mean, it's really, it goes the extra mile as far as the depths of love and how we can truly bring up to the surface what it is we need to know, and to be very clear on that, and to take away the confliction of our heads and our minds, and start really focusing on being more authentic in our actions and how we speak to others. It will be revealed if it's not, so it's best that you do that. It always is best, but you know, sometimes, especially with these influences, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. And all of us can be prepared for a lot of truth that we've been waiting to hear as well in the next couple of weeks as well. We're not over anything yet, far from it, but we can see at the end of the tunnel there's a beautiful light, and you know, and positivity, like I said, with the new moon in Sagittarius. I love it. And then we'll have a few other series of Gemini and Sagittarius eclipses as the year goes through. So this is about resting. This is about retreat. I, like other people, have now had a second shutdown with my work. I mean, I heard it, you know, and I feel the more the consciousness says it and everything, of course, it'll end up happening. It's just how it works. That's the law of attraction. I am accepting of it. I am, once again, blessed in so many ways that I'm always being presently recognizing of that. That keeps me going, of course. This channel keeps me going. I'm going to say this very quickly because I want to get on to the messages. But I do want to say that one of the most important things to me right now is this channel. And it has been for over a year. Ironically, I started it in October of 2019, before the 2020 year, right? But Spirit is always working with me. And I just knew I wanted to start one for 4 years. It wasn't the right timing. I had 2 jobs and blah, blah, blah. And then I decided to start it. And it's slow moving, you know, and there's so many things I'm still learning. But I've had you, and you've been so incredibly supportive and kind. And I'm just saying to you, there's a certain amount of subscribers that YouTube requires for you to start making money from ads and so forth. And I won't get into the details. you can be incredibly instrumental in that for me, and it's free, by pushing the subscribe button when you're watching this, if you like it and you resonate and you feel like you want to come back. That's all I can say about it. It's just going to make the biggest difference in the world. If I don't ask, you won't know. I tend to ask every day if you would be so kind to subscribe and such, but sharing it, liking it, commenting, all of those things, thumbs up for me, deeply and truly appreciated. And so, yeah, you're resting though. You know that it's the end of the year, for Pete's sakes, and it's safer right now to just be in that frame of mind. So I feel like the two of you are just taking it easy and preparing for this incredible new year that's going to change our lives in so many ways yet again. But I think it's a more positive way, and I know it's a whole different feeling you'll get with the air versus the earth energies that are coming through. So yeah, you've got this beautiful corner in there. It reminds me of a church, a stained glass church. Always somebody there to help you, to talk to, and if not, please do yourself a favor of knowing it's important to communicate. It's important to write things down if you're not talking to somebody. Get these things out of you, that aren't quite feeling settled, or if you're in any way anxious, like so many have been this year. You are blessed, you are loved every moment, and yeah, I think just the relaxing alone is going to really bring some very beautiful insights and revelations, and then if you write down your intentions for the new moon, it's just going to be phenomenal. The next category is the category of possible blessings or obstacles for the two of you. And and this has come up a few times in my readings, and it is the Chariot, the major arcana. This represents the sign of Cancer. The water in us, the vulnerability that we need to have, it's okay to expose that and to cry or to laugh or whatever it is you need to do, especially in your relationships. And I find that this outside and very outgoing generally, Aquarian energy versus the, kind of laid back, if you will, and more reserved and more background kind of energy of a Capricorn or Earth sign seems so completely contradictory in a way, but it actually is beautiful because you both balance each other out. And the two of you are just thinking about the future and positivity and mastering your mind, your body, your spirit, and your work, and working together on this, your relationships, feeling in charge and knowing you're the center of your vehicle. Yes, you've had the rocky ups and downs, black and white, the reality of life. You've seen it first-handedly this year. Like probably never in a lifetime, right? I hope this is that once-in-a-lifetime thing. In a way, when I just said that, to me, anything that happens new in our lifetime is like a blessing because we're here to experience it. Of course, I don't want it to happen when it's about illness and things ever, but this isn't the first pandemic. Certainly, we've had many, if you look into history, but the reality is that we get through them and we persevere and we move forward with this unbelievable, undeniable optimism that keeps us going. We have to have that sometimes, right? But also knowing that you can do this. It has to do with travel always. You might be planning a vacation. It might be more simplistic than that, because you have the time to rest now, and you could be very safe. You could be right in your area. You could just have a little getaway weekend together. I mean, I don't know, but it sounds and feels beautiful. And the new moon on it represents something beautiful and transformational for this new solar eclipse moon in Gemini for you. And these eclipses, I've mentioned many times, they are like new moons or full moons on steroid because they are very, very powerful, and they will last months in revealing what the messages and the information and the changes that will occur from them. So, yes, sometimes the eclipses will bring something in instantly or take something out, but not always the case. So just kind of stay tuned and write things down that you're noticing, from the intentions that you planted the seeds for, right? Now, the third category is the category of finances. Yes, sweet finances, right? Talk about the ups and downs for a lot of people. myself included. And I'm still here, you know, making it work. I don't need to spend a lot of money, and I know a lot of people don't, and it's not even about that. But I know in my deepest heart, the deepest part of me, that help is coming. In the 11th hour, regardless, I feel strongly, and your message is the 5 of Swords. So you have had such, I don't know, such confliction, and so many times that you've tried to communicate what your circumstance was. You've tried to get through. You've tried to reach people. The Aquarian energy, the mind, the thoughts, the words, you know, you've tirelessly, hour after hour this year, have felt that you were just completely at a loss. I don't even know how else to describe it. I know I've been there, and I thought, is this a cosmic joke right now? What is really happening? And then even trying to upload my videos, it was like it wasn't going to let me do it. And I really want to, and I said, why, I wonder, would I not be able to express pure and honest love and devotion to help others and bring these messages that are clearly needing to be said and have been a part of my life for 30, 40 years, right? And it wasn't all about me, you see. It's not about that. There's a huge workings going on here. So you've been through it. You've got the 5. It was challenging and everything, but guess what? You being, persevering in both Aquarians and Capricorns, you don't give up. Air or earth, you are not quitters. Absolutely not. And you will stick to your guns, and you will be heard. And that's what went on. And that is definitely going to pay off when it comes to finances. We could not expect this year for people to come to us. Let me just put that out there very quickly. And I know you know what I mean. And I know, and please tell me if you do resonate with this. This is what I mean. Let me know, and if you subscribe, you can comment, and just tell me where you're at. Because I'm right here with you, you know? And so that's what's going on, but I love it, because what was said and things that you didn't agree with or you didn't want to talk about anymore, you've let that go. You're done with it. You're starting a new year. You're starting a new intention with the new moon, and this is a powerful one. Your birthday season's coming here, you know, Capricorn, lots to celebrate. You're here, and I pray you're healthy, and I pray everybody's healing if you're not. And we're going to go forward. We're going to go forward with more determination and strength than we probably had in a lifetime, I would say. So those are the messages for this beautiful highlighted connection, and I'll read the individual messages as they come in. For all the other zodiac signs in connection with Capricorn. So we'll just go around the zodiac wheel. So past you, Capricorn, from Aquarius is Sagittarius, and I love this. I read yesterday, of course, because I read an individual sign for every featured zodiac sign, but because you're right next to each other, you definitely, you get each other. You have fire and energy of earth, which is very different in your approaches to life, but very strong nevertheless. There's this beautiful Sagittarian fire element and energy that's coming through, and that's the optimism. You're in Sagittarius season. They're celebrating. They're happy. They're usually happy. They're those, yep, it's happening, baby. I choose to be happy. I'm pointing my arrow. This is where I'm going, and they get there. End of story. Loving the idea of higher learning and education for themselves and to share with others. They love the idea of travel. They have to travel. They love foreign interests, you know. Maybe the two of you are of different cultures, and you just work together. You just love each other for that reason. There's an openness, a real passion when it comes to Sagittarians, as with you, Capricorn. They are a mutable sign, very adaptable. They are very freedom-seeking signs, and they get the job done. Sometimes they're a little too hasty because of that fire energy. That's where you help them out, Capricorn. You balance that, and you say, come on now. Let's get a little bit more, you know, regimented in this area, and then we'll have some fun, okay? Always include that fun part. You know, Sagittarians can make fun out of pretty much anything. So that's not an issue at all for them. But yeah, good times ruled by Jupiter. So you've had that in your chart. You got a feeling of what it's like to have that as a ruling planet. Pretty sweet, huh? Now it's how you utilize that opportunity, or those opportunities, I should say, That's another big part of that when Jupiter enters into your sign. You may have so many that you get confused and you never end up doing any. You don't want that. I'm only thinking about positive here. Don't even consider what I just said. Not happening. So for the two of you, you have the Wheel of Fortune, boy. Well, that pretty much says it all. And by the way, this is a Jupiterian kind of energy that's, I would say, caters to the Sagittarius as well. Though the Temperance card is also equated to the Sagittarius. I'm going with this now because with the new moon in Sagittarius and the opportunities and abundance that can come through, it's a timely thing. It is your ruling planet of Saturn that's showing you've worked hard and here's the gift. And it's fated, it's karmic, it can't be changed. And whatever wasn't happening is going to be happening. And I think we made that clear in the introduction. So fantastic. It's right on. It's congruent with the messages. It is, it's lively and beautiful, and I'm happy for the two of you. Scorpio and Capricorn, beautiful. Earth and water, very, very complementary, very harmonious. Scorpio, like I said, we have Venus and Scorpio, so va-va-voom is all I'm going to say about that. And people think, oh, that Capricorns are kind of laid back. They're not really sexually, necessarily interested or all that. No, not au contraire. No, not at all. So this could be a beautiful, beautiful, exciting, passionate relationship going on with Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. That is very much about the drive to transform and to better themselves, and very critical sometimes. I mean, noticing the good and the bad parts of ourselves and others, but accepting that, because they get that. That's their whole thing. Life, death, transformation, rising like a phoenix from the ashes. The death card represents the sign of Scorpio. Brushing off and starting new, boy. Letting go of the things that were decaying anyway. And so the two of you might have some really special things happening. You're both, well, no, that's not true. Scorpio is a fixed sign, so they can be very determined, very set in their opinions. They're intense, they're watery, they're psychic, they're ahead of their time. They love the mind and the psyche, and they get you. You work very well together. And you could have great romance that could last a lot of years. The Empress. This is love. This is love of ideas. This is fertilization. This is fertilization in legitimately having a child. Are you thinking about having children? Are you pregnant? Congratulations. One of the best things that ever happened in my life was having my kids. I loved every moment of it. And it's about planting seeds for ideas. It doesn't have to be about children. The birth of an idea, in other words. The birth of some kind of beautiful organization or, entrepreneurial pursuit, or something having to do with this new technology coming up that you're investing in because you're smart and you've been thinking about it, and you're not spending money in other areas. You're thinking about your future and just how massive it could be. And that's gorgeous and beautiful. It's a major arcana, major message for you. Libra and Capricorn. I saw this a lot, and I did. So my not first boyfriend, but first absolute love, was right on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn, January 20th, and I just thought for sure that was it for life. But we were very young, and I hold a dear spot in my heart for him. So Libra and Capricorn can do very well together. Libra is a very balanced, Libra loves to be balanced. They strive for balance. They are the scales. They are about justice and fairness and peace and love and happiness ruled by Venus. And let me sparkle some beauty over here, and let me aesthetically make this place look good. And they have that natural ability to do that. And they don't have to have a lot of money to do it. I always like to put that in there. They can make things look good from a very small budget if necessary, but they also love the lavish life. They love luxury, they love society, they love being socialites. Although many can be homebodies, they are just really caring and good people that will listen to you, Capricorn, and they will work towards a balance in the relationship and in whatever relationship it is or partnership. Partnerships mean a lot to Libras. They love the relationship aspect in general, the connection. This has been hard on me and a lot of air signs that really thrive on that. I do through my clients and the people that I consider friends, which are clients throughout the years, and then, you know, not being able to be with them, you know, it's rough, but there's other ways to go about, you know, staying in touch. So the two of you may be thinking about that. Something virtual, right? Oh my gosh. Any time I have the influence and the reading of the sign of a earth sign, with very few exceptions, it's always about the Pentacles. And you got the 10, so this is the best. This is the wealthiest, this is the healthiest, this is the happiest, this is the family, this is the protection and the security and, you know, the lavish life. And you both work towards it, you know? I mean, yeah, some things come easier for some people, but not this year necessarily, except for a couple of exceptions I mentioned, and, you know, there's always going to be those. This is gorgeous. It's stable. It's really, really, it's happy. And let's just leave it at that. I've got the sun coming in as I'm finishing these readings. That just says everything. The warmth is super important. I'm wearing my festive. I'm starting the whole Christmassy thing, right? Don't want to let go of that. Virgo and Capricorn, beautiful, harmonious relationship. Many times both earth signs. Mutable sign with Virgo. Virgo is the sign that's ruled by Mercury. So they're very much about the mind, very intelligent, very analytical. They want to dissect everything. They want to be perfectionists about what they do. They're very organized and capable and very good with time management too. They plan ahead, way ahead. And people rely on them for that. They're usually in fields of, you know, service. I'm talking doctors, lawyers, you know, higher kind of career set, because they just work really hard and they study and they get to the best. They're the specialists in their field. They are. And they want to help you, and they're grounded and they're reliable. Like I said, they're authentic, and the two of you do really beautiful things together. Let's see what the star. You have some beautiful wishes together that you want to see come through, and they will. Especially with the intentions that you put out there. You have everything it takes. You are incredibly deserving, as we all are. And guess what? The star represents the sign of Aquarius. So you're really already feeling, in your earthly way, the changes coming through. DNA and otherwise, you know, astrologically, through the planets, the air. It's time for air. It's been Earth for many, many, many years. Decades, 200 I'm told. It's a long time, and now it's going to go just the other way, where there'll be a lot of air and a lot of thought, and you're okay with that. You actually like expanding your mind and your thoughts. Like I said, that's really important to you, and the communication is key, and it will be. So, you know, just knowledge and continual learning in ways you haven't even imagined yet, that will open up your life. That's beautiful. Never give up your wishes, ever. Leo and Capricorn. Now, we have a lot of difference here. We have the fire and the earth, but I'll tell you what, as I always say, the fire is the passion, the fire is the motivation, the movement, the physicality, right? And fire in Leo, well, that's the sign ruled by the sun. So we're doing sun sign readings, right? The month we're born, the day we're born, our ego, our interest, our drive, our desire to be seen, to be recognized, to be admired when it comes to a Leo. Passion, 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 heart-centered, loyal, fixed sign, set in their ways, opinions, you know, not really willing to waver. They want to be in charge. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to tell you what to do. And you're okay with that, Capricorn. You know you've got it together, and they love how together you really have it. And they will come to you for advice and appreciate you greatly and pay you, you know, handsomely in one way or another, depending on the relationship. So I see this as a very helpful relationship that can go on and on for years, as I said, with the permanent and the driven loyalty of the earth signs. And then you have the beautiful, it's amazing, the Queen of Pentacles. So not only are you mature in your ability to manifest and to grow wealth, it is of the feminine nature, which, by the way, Capricorns are known as the feminine side, and Leos are definitely the masculine. I mean, it's just simply the parts of us that we all have, the feminine and the duality of feminine and masculine. This being opposite like that is exactly very, very, very harmonious and necessary. But it's seeing things from a different perspective as a feminine versus masculine way of seeing things, you know. Some of it's more internal and it's more nurturing and so forth. The other is more mind and, you know, just boom. Does that make sense? Boom. Anyway, it's great. It's love. It's passion. It's wanting to help others. It's definitely putting it out there and seeing results, and feeling really secure about that. And I feel like this is also just like just helping others, just really going out there this time, and not for the sake of getting anything back, but just like really donating around the Christmas time. You know, there's a lot of people who are in need right now. I feel like the two of you are just forming these beautiful nonprofit things that are going to help others, and just feeling good about that. You don't even need to, it could be, you know, anonymous. You're not asking for that kind of attention, even though you are Leo. No, this is going out of your way to help because it's so important right now. And then we have Capricorn and Cancer, which is polar opposites. Very, very attracting of each other. Very there's a magnetic force between the two of you. There's the water and earth, which I said is always beautiful and complementary. Now, you know, the one thing I will say that I've always believed is there's the sensitivity and the genuine tenderness and vulnerability of this Cancer that is very, very evident to most people, especially the people they let into their lives, which isn't necessarily a lot. It could be, but they take their time and they're very selective because they don't want to be hurt. They've got that outer exterior crab shell, like I always say, but inside is the mushy, lovey, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I take care of you? That's what they're about. You love that, Capricorn. The only thing is that, you know, you want to work a lot. There does need to be the balance of work and love, dating, taking time for each other, okay? Because that's super important. And you will provide and secure this relationship, whatever it may be. You will be a very strong force in that. And Cancer truly appreciates that. And you both are cardinal signs. So that's where you both want to work together and initiate and keep moving and keep things improving. And you have the 10 of Wands. So this is a new cycle. This is the fire part of you that just went a little overboard, perhaps. Sound familiar to either of you? Because you both work really hard. And you could have like 2 or 3 jobs happening once, and family, and, you know, homeschooling this year, whatever. It's a lot. But you're coming to the end of that. And I think the two of you are deciding, you know what, let's lay down some of the burdens. Let us delegate. What do you say? Let us preserve our bodies, our minds, souls, you know. I feel there's very much a lot of soulfulness to water signs and Cancer. They are ruled by the moon. Well, they're feeling the vibes from these eclipses, trust me, and they're getting information, so listen to what they say, Capricorn, because they know they have that gift. They are greatly psychic and intuitive, so you know, you can start anew. You don't have to be burdened like this. You don't have to overwork yourselves. It's best that you don't, especially now. Take it a little easy now, okay? Don't be so hard on yourselves. And then you have Gemini. And we had that full lunar eclipse, partial, but full moon in Gemini on the 30th. Oh, we're still feeling those effects. Gemini is the mind. It is the mercurial, you know, ruled by Mercury, just like Virgo. Just expansion of thought and communication and expression and teaching and learning and just connecting. You know, they're friendly and sociable, and they're here, they're there, they know a little bit about everything, they want to share that, they want to teach it. They're fun, and they do have that energy that kind of really perks you up, Capricorn, because you, like I said, you could be kind of sullen at times. Oh, they'll snap you out of that. And you can in turn help them to kind of ground themselves once again. You know, mutable sign, they could be doing also, they're interested in everything. They want their finger in the pie of everything, right? It's a very erratic sometimes, as I say, energy. Multitasking is a huge thing with Geminis, and they're quick and fun, and we'll see what your message says. The Six of Pentacles. So there you go. And this is interesting because I mentioned this about the energy of the Leo and Capricorn, but what I'm feeling really strongly is this beautiful energy that comes with the Six, which is about balance. It's like the scales. And you see the scales in there. The Libra kind of, let's be fair and let's be just. You are giving or you are receiving, and it's a balanced thing. Like you have given so much in the past, it's now coming in. Or the two of you are helping each other out in some way, in a financial or stable way, having to do with your practicality, maybe one of you offering the other a job that will provide more money. I don't know, maybe you are offering this, depending on who it is. If it's not in a job or a friendly kind of thing, it's romantic, it's getting stable and helping each other invest in your love, in your foundation, in your physical, tangible life. And that's wonderful. Helping others that are, less needy comes to mind too. The two of you. May not be the two of you. Maybe just giving to others in your family or whatever it is. It's very prominent with that. I love that. I like the Six of Pentacles. I am a Libra. Why would I not, right? Making it fair. And then you have Taurus and Capricorn, beautiful energies, both Earth, both very strong, very determined. Fixed sign in Taurus, they don't mess around. They are there to continue and to grow. They are ruled by Venus, so they love luxury. They love beauty. They love living the high life. All the senses are very in tune with them. Venus is definitely love and happiness and joy and good feelings and magic and art, but it's money. And Taurus is known as the sign of money. And so I just feel like you guys are really, really stepping it up. And you had some real time to really sit and think about it. And you're okay with doing that. You have more patience than the average folk. And you had the Seven of Swords. So there you have it. You have been dealing with people that have not been completely honest. There are integrity issues. There's tricksters out there. I mean, you name it. This is going on. There's been conversations that were absolutely not valid, and you were trying to sort through them because you're grounded and you're thinking, wait a minute, I got to really take this in. I'm not going to jump to conclusions because I'm an earth sign, but I'm not just buying anything. You cannot sell me that. That's not something I agree with, nor do I want to be a part of that. It reminds me of gossipy things. It reminds me of just complete deception. The smoke and mirrors. I mean, that's very, very prevalent to what's happening in the world. I just have to let that go. I hope you are as well. Let it be a thing of your past. It's a passing time where we can just start going forward, like I said, with this beautiful energy of the new moon eclipse. It's you don't have the time. You're not interested. It's not something you want to take on in your energy. And so, I love that. And then you have Capricorn and Aries. Now, this is very different too, but both very, very strong. Aries is the first sign. Aries is the leader as well. Aries loves success. Aries will stop at nothing. Aries is a cardinal sign like you are. They initiate spring. You initiate winter. The other side of the world, not the other side of the world, but the other side of the seasons, from the sun to the beginning to the basically ending, right? And letting things go and decay and rebuild themselves is the dichotomy we have, the two of you. But it still really, really works, especially since there's power and there's strength and there's trust and there's motivation that's coming from the both of you, just from different ways, let us see what your message is, because I am very curious right now. Yes, you have the High Priestess. And this is, to me, the female version of the Magician. You got what it takes. You have everything you need, every tool you could possibly need. All that we need is within us. And the drive and the trust. You've had Mars in your sign, Aries, for a long time now, and it's going to end on January 6th. it was in retrograde, and that stopped some of your ambitions and your dreams from actually materializing, but it was just a stint in time, because it was only reminding you to go inside, to make sure you reset and rethink before you boldly go forward like you love to do. And then you've got that wonderful advice and calm and grounded energy of this Capricorn for you, to just in case you decided to just impulsively do something. Go figure, an Aries being impulsive. I don't know. I'm just saying. I've heard about it. I have an Aries moon, so I kind of know about that. But that kind of stopped. This is a very, personally, I feel like you learned a lot this year. And it changed you, and I think it's a good thing. We all change in many ways, right? So keep your dreams going. Listen to your intuition. You've had those times when it was in retrograde, when Mars, your fiery planet, right, said, let's just calm down. Let's go on those little vacations, you know. Let's take the time to really decide for ourselves. And that has come through. So this new moon, once again on this card, is asking you to write down what you want, boy. How are you going to make it come through? You never doubt yourself. Neither of you do. You're very confident. That's gorgeous. Pisces and Capricorn. The 12th sign, the last message for the individual signs for today. And I love this together. There's the water and earth. Piscean is a very spiritual sign. That's something that a lot of maybe earth signs are still kind of like, I don't know, I've never really delved in that, but a lot do. General statement. Piscean will bring to you and show you your spiritual side that's always been there. They will illuminate and really bring to the forefront your emotional, vulnerable side. They are very, very, very caring, very sensitive, very feeling, and, you know, they will go that extra mile for you. They are extremely creative, very, very artistic, and talented. So, you know, I think that's extremely attractive to you. They appear to be fragile in their appearances and physical form a lot of times, but don't let it fool you. They are very strong, and they know what they want a lot of times, although they can go in and out of that, you know. They kind of go with the flow, and that's where you kind of ground them, which is not kind of, you do ground them, and they love you for it. Got to keep one foot on the ground and one in the air at all times, in space, in the mystery of life, right? Old souls, as they're called. Immutable sign, ruled by, historically by Jupiter, and now more modernly by Neptune. So that adds to this kind of unknown, kind of fantasy, obscure, cloudy kind of understanding that the Piscean has, which leads to their, I think, artistic abilities, you know, when they can kind of go into a place that isn't necessarily of the earthly, worldly type of understanding, right? And you have the Page of Swords. So there's some clarity coming through, and with Neptune stationing direct on the 28th, in Pisces, where it's been for quite some time, but it was in retrograde since June, you get some straightforward answers. There's going to be some real beautiful conversations that will enlighten both of you. And you're going to hear about it. It's new. It's something, it's at the beginning stages perhaps, the conversation. It could have to do with money, with health, with whatever it is. It's definitely kind of a naive beginning, maybe the interest in the two of you as a relationship, or the beginning of the business, you know, endeavor. But really talking it through and feeling confident, feeling good, having the influences of the beautiful Aquarian air energy, which is what this is, that'll help you go forward with this conversation, whatever it is. But it's going to be fair and just, and I like it a lot. It could have to do with children, if you're thinking about that, or your own children in some way, you know, having an open conversation with them, being a family unit and feeling strong and content and protected. Well, those are gorgeous. That, I mean, like I said, I love the connections that I'm seeing. I feel like they've been really prominently positive because people want each other. We want to connect. We want to thrive and to continue and to love. And that's why I love doing this whole, channel, because that, to me, is more important than anything, right? That's just my belief. Now, I am going to read for you your beautiful and finishing oracle messages for all the beautiful Capricorns. Once again, happy birthday in the next week. I'll come back for that. That's too premature right now. We got to celebrate Sagittarius still through the 21st. Boom, that's a powerful day too, so we'll go back on that. But I'm reading the Motivation Manifesto card messages. And I love them because they are just that. They just motivate you. They bring some insight and some love and some guidance for everybody. And I've been really enjoying them. And they've been very, very perfect for the sign that I'm reading so far. So we're going to pick this one for you and read to you what it says. And something to just kind of, maybe you can have it as your mantra, if you will. Or wisdom is knowing who to be and what to do in a given situation. Virtue is acting on that wisdom. Isn't that awesome? Like, I think of Capricorns because of this just known understanding of the Capricorn, symbology or, archetype of being very wise and older kind of, traditional energy that comes with the Capricorn and the steadfast, long-term, way of doing things. And that obviously came from many years and growing in the wisdom it came. But wisdom is knowing who to be and what to do in any given situation. Virtue is acting on that wisdom, virtue. And that's a word that's kind of becoming obsolete, but not for you, not for a moment. I love that for you. Staying true to that, regardless of what happens, right? Within yourself. Super important. And then we have the beautiful animal medicine cards that I really have gotten into because it does represent the spirit animal that we all have and the way the animals are imperatively and so important in our lives. And hopefully we can help to increase that and the love for them in this new beautiful era of air. That would definitely cater to that. Ideas to make that happen. You have the pelican. I haven't pulled the pelican yet. I'm excited. Pelican. Well, I always think of or is that the stork? Anyway, here's the picture. These beautiful big cards that you can actually see with my camera. And I see the beautiful blues and the watery kind of element that comes with this, which, as I said, is a very complimentary one to you. Maybe a lot of Capricorns out there have really strong, beautiful connections and love and, family with water. So let me look at an pelican. Nourishment, inspiration, manifestation. Pelican has many friends, squawking and talking when on the land. In flight, the majesty of pelican is seen gliding way up in the sky in seemingly effortless synchronicity, then plunging into the water to catch prey using teamwork. For you who have drawn this card, this may be the time to bring a vision from the dream realm or subconscious into waking reality. Yes, it is. Make that intentions for yourself. New moon in 2 days. Pelican sees right through the dazzling surface of the sparkling water, venturing from the sky world to the underworld. With the blessing of Pelican, your waking self can see past the veil to plunge deep and get to the nourishment and inspiration you need for your manifestation. I think of you because of the plunging deep, like, yes, the water, but earth. That's who you are, steadfast and able to see that and feel that. I love that. That is amazing. I love this deck. This is by Adriana Atima. And last but not least, I'd love to finish with the Super Attractor Manifestation message. And this is about feeling the depth that you have of the life that you want, you know, in reference to this beautiful message. From above and deep down, recognizing, you know, what you can manifest. All about the law of attraction. You hear so much about it. There's so very simplistic aspects to it, to the law, if you will, but it is essential to have that. Like attracting like. Your beautiful message. Wow. There's a bunch of stars here for you. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. I think that's been the key of this year. We just know because it's just what we do in life. We evolve and we continue on, right? But we don't always know when, and we certainly don't know how. And this year has really made that clear, but we still know we can wish upon our star, we can never let go of our dream, and always set those intentions. That can be your affirmation or your mantra, something you can think of over and over that'll obviously make you feel good inside and out. And then everybody around you, right? So bless you for being here once again. I deeply appreciate you. And I wish you the best today and onward. And I look forward to having you come back and to comment on all the things I mentioned. It's wonderful, and it lifts me up in ways that I don't think anybody really knows, but it does. So until next time, take extremely good care of yourselves. Thank you again for being here, and bye for now.